A popular theme park closes its doors in the DMV.
And the government shutdown may put a pause on your Thanksgiving plans. Stay with us.
From your home to your home by the sea, Hampton University's newscast, WHOV-TV. Every Thursday in Hampton Roads, we are your voice. You can count on us to keep you updated on all the noise. Nationwide, school-wide, what's trending and what's in the sky. Pirates, this is the only news channel that is just for you. WHOV, the Scripps Howard News Watch starts right now.
Evening, everyone. My name is Victoria Payne.
And I'm Aiden Miller, and you're watching WHOV-TV.
Members of WHOV-TV attended the Obama and Spanberger rally last Saturday. Arna Askew has the story.
You saw the ads, you heard their names. It's an election you couldn't escape. Virginia's 2025 gubernatorial race was a historic one, with a cameo Americans are more than familiar with.
But real change has always come from the bottom up.
Former President Barack Obama hit the campaign trail Saturday and joined candidate Abigail Spanberger at Old Dominion University. Government officials like Kenny Alexander, Norfolk's mayor, took the podium to lend their support for Spanberger. But it was Obama who got the audience to stand on their feet.
I am so excited. I'm just going to cry the minute he comes out here.
Obama officially endorsed Spanberger in 2 campaign ads back in October. But this rally did attract some opposition. Supporters of Republican candidate Winsome Earl Sears were in the crowd as well. Outnumbered by the people there to support the Democratic candidate and former president, the Republicans in the crowd did not shy away from speaking out, quite literally.
In order to feel that the other side was heard, I started chanting out different phrases like "Big Gov sucks," "Abortion isn't health care," "Freedom for all." Aside from the crowd, Obama and Spanberger made history. The country's first African-American president and Virginia's first female governor stood together. This is Ariana with WHOV-TV.
That rally was an unforgettable experience for us at WHOV-TV, and it set the tone for its historical election. The polls are closed, but students are still in the conversation. Reporter Sanaa Carmen has the story.
The ballots are in, the votes are counted, and the representatives have been elected. But let's take a look into how the gubernatorial election day went for Hampton students. I caught up with poll worker Kendall Thomas, who shared why she feels it is so important for HU students to vote in VA, even if they are not originally from the Commonwealth.
There's a lot that can go on in the 4 years that they're here that can shape their lives and what happens to them and the people they love here.
Different organizations on campus assemble to cast their votes and encourage other students to do the same, with the university providing shuttles to and fro the polling site to help remove any barriers on election day. 2 students benefiting from this effort, Jordan and Chara, shared why they made a point to make their voices heard.
Well, I think the importance is just because we're making a difference, we're making an impact, and knowing that one vote can help during anything, so.
Yeah. And given everything that's happening in today's era, I feel like it's really important to know that you should vote.
This election season might be over, but the fight for democracy has no end.
I'm Sanaa Carmen Wells with WHOV-TV.
Thanks, Sanaa, and thank you, Pirates, for showing up to vote.
The results of the 2025 Virginia elections are in. We at WHOV-TV would like to congratulate Abigail Spanberger as the state's governor-elect.
Ghazala Hashmi will serve as lieutenant governor, and Jay Jones will serve as attorney general alongside her.
The student recruitment team is showing future Pirates how to rock the blue and white. Our reporter, Ariel Cole, has the story.
It's SRT week at Hampton University, and the student recruitment team is bringing the energy with a week full of service, spirit, and student engagement. The team started the week with a coloring book drive on Monday, hosted game night on Tuesday, and offered stress relief inside the She Care Wellness Pods on Wednesday.
Members just finished meeting to prepare for one of the biggest moments of the semester, Fall Open House and Honors Visitation Weekend, where future Pirates will learn how to walk, talk, and fight like a Hamptonian.
To have fun, and I want them to get the best experience possible, and I want them to at least leave being like, oh, I may want to go to this school, instead of like a definite no that they don't want to go here.
Hampton's Dean of Admissions says SRT members play a big role in helping students choose their home by the sea.
SRT program is instrumental in all that we do as it relates to recruitment. The student recruitment team members are persons who have dedicated their time and their commitment to telling others about the Hampton experience.
And for new members, this week offers a first-hand look at what being a part of SRT really means.
It made me really love Hampton, that so much so that I accepted the same day. And so I just wanted to be that for other people.
SRT week may be ending, but the Hampton energy isn't slowing down anytime soon. I'm Ariel Cole with WHOV-TV.
If you want to stay up to date with SRT events, follow them on Instagram at hamptonu.srt. This student-led organization was especially busy this week, making student voices heard one voice at a time. Our reporter Kenya has the story.
Innovator, voice of the youth, and organizer is none other than Kevin Jones, well known as KJ. KJ is a second-year political science major, leadership minor on the pre-law track from Jackson, Mississippi. And I had the opportunity to interview this trailblazer. KJ hosted a watch party for the general election on November 4th to bring students together in hopes of getting them politically involved.
Not just going to vote, but trying to get other people to go out and vote as well. Yesterday we had a really big turnout at the watch party as well, and a lot of Hampton University students were pleased with the results of the election. And they were pleased because they felt like they made a change. They felt like when they went to a ballot box, they put the vote in, their voice was heard. And that's all that Voters of Tomorrow does, is make sure that the voters of tomorrow voices are heard.
I feel like students should join Voters of Tomorrow because, one, it's a great org, and it's an amazing environment to like get your voice out, especially if you don't have prior experience, but you have that, that want to get your voice out. It's an amazing organization. I highly recommend it.
KJ is the future of advocacy and the voice for change. To stay updated with KJ and Voters of Tomorrow, be sure to follow them at VOT Hampton on all socials. I am Kenya Saray with WHOV-TV.
Thank you, KJ, and Voters of Tomorrow for making sure Pirates feel empowered through their vote. Coming up, the government shutdown leaves Americans worried about their next meal, and it's hurting Virginians. Governor Youngkin has plans to help those affected by the loss of SNAP benefits.
And later, our weather anchor will update you on the devastating impacts of Hurricane Melissa and how the island of Jamaica plans to restore. Stay tuned, Pirates.
And I just had a trip up to Jamaica planned.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know what I'm
It's actually really good and really fun. Governor Glenn Youngkin implemented emergency nutrition assistance, also known as VNUN, in Virginia. According to the Virginia Department of Social Services, Youngkin launched VNUN due to the federal government shutdown. The assistance ensures SNAP recipients receive support. Households will now receive a weekly payment to their EBT cards instead of the usual monthly check. VNUN is backed by Virginia's budget surplus and aims to cover approximately 850,000 residents. 2 people are dead after a shooting at Hampton's Peninsula Town Center. According to Hampton Police, they found victims Tyson Evans and Jeremiah Dean with suffering gunshot wounds near Cunningham parking garage Sunday evening. One victim was pronounced dead on scene, while the other died later at the hospital. Police have yet released information on suspects involved in the shooting.
It's a sad week for some DMV area thrill seekers. Last Sunday, Six Flags America park goers buckled up one last time. The park permanently closed their Bowie, Maryland location after 5 decades of being open. Six Flags CEO and president Richard Zimmerman says the park was no longer a, quote, strategic fit with the company's long-term growth plans. However, families can still get their adrenaline fix at nearby locations such as Kings Dominion, Hershey Park, and Six Flags New Jersey. British police charged a 32-year-old mass stabbing suspect with attempted murder on Monday. According to British Transport Police, police charged Anthony Williams with 10 counts of attempted murder and 2 other charges. Williams' attack forced the London-bound train to make an emergency stop last weekend. The attack left 11 hospitalized and 9 with life-threatening injuries.
Elections were the main political focus of this week, but there's still much more to cover. HU, let's stay federal. Former House Speaker Nancy Pelosi is retiring after nearly 40 years. She released a video on Instagram addressing her district in San Francisco and reflecting on her time in Congress. Pelosi made history as the first woman to serve as the Speaker of the House of Representatives. The Democratic Congresswoman takes her final bow at the end of her term in 2027.
And while politicians like Pelosi are taking their final bow, others are just getting started. This one's name is Mamdani, M-A-M-D-N-A-I. Zoran Mamdani, a Ugandan-born democratic socialist, has made history, becoming New York City's youngest mayor in over a century on Tuesday's election night. He is also the first Muslim and South Asian to serve in the position. Mamdani defeated former New York Governor Andrew Cuomo and Republican candidate Curtis Sliwa. Some of his campaign promises include freezing stabilized rents and raising taxes on big corporations and the wealthy 1% of New Yorkers. Mamdani's victory signals a new era of leadership in New York City.
Former U.S. Vice President Dick Cheney died at the age of 84. His death was announced Monday evening in Northern Virginia. Cheney had been experiencing pneumonia and vascular disease. He was the main contributor to the 2003 invasion of Iraq, along with being in support of torture as an interrogation tactic. The White House lowered its flag Tuesday morning. President Donald Trump has yet to comment on his death. President Trump sat down with 60 Minutes correspondent Norah O'Donnell on Sunday to discuss his current presidency. 60 Minutes released both an hour-long episode and an extended version. Trump spoke about keeping America safe and what he is doing about the government shutdown.
What are you doing as president to end the shutdown?
All we're doing is we keep voting. I mean, the Republicans are voting almost unanimously to end it, and the Democrats keep voting against ending it.
You can watch the conversation on 60 Minutes YouTube channel. President Donald Trump threatens military intervention in Nigeria after what he calls a, quote, Christian genocide. The Nigerian Foreign Affairs Minister has stated that the killings Trump is referring to were not exclusive to the Christian population, as both churches and mosques have been targeted. Trump says guns will come a-blazing if the attacks do not end. Funding is also threatened alongside intervention.
Airlines are cutting 10% of their flights starting tomorrow. The Federal Aviation Administration ordered the move for the nation's 40th busiest airport to rescue pressure on air traffic controllers. Flight delays are also piling up as staff shortages grow with the government shutdown still in place. If you're flying home for the holidays, make sure you keep an eye on your flight to see if it will be impacted. Norfolk International Airport is not those among affected by the order.
Up next, a Stranger Things star files a harassment case against their co-star.
And our weather forecaster tells us updates on Hurricane Melissa.
We'll be back after this break.
I've never watched Stranger Things.
So he's driving and driving.
Good evening, HU. I'm Snow Carmen Wells, your weather forecaster for tonight. Today we face a high of 60 degrees with sunny skies and winds around 13 miles per hour. We're expected to drop to 44 degrees for the night, but don't worry, tomorrow will start heating up for the weekend. On Friday, we will reach a high of 69 degrees with a few afternoon clouds. The night will be slightly warmer with a temperature of 58 degrees. Get your umbrellas ready for this weekend. Expect a slight chance of rain on Saturday with a temperature of 70 degrees and a drop to 55. Sunday will bring showers all day with a high of 71 and a low of 49. Here comes the sun. Next week will be mostly sunny on Monday. Expect a high of 52 degrees and a low of 34 degrees. Tuesday will start at 49 degrees and drop to 38. Wednesday will heat up a little bit on 61 degrees during the day and 46 degrees during the evening. Following Hurricane Melissa's landfall, Jamaica is dealing with a significant recovery process. Numerous homes and businesses are completely destroyed across the country. The Category 5 storm also took many lives, with the confirmed death toll being 32 in total. The property damage is estimated to be at least $7 billion. The storm is largely over, but for Jamaica, the road back has just begun. See you next time. Back to you, Victoria.
Thanks, Hannah. Up next,
2 athletes are running to the finish line.
And our favorite morning show celebrates 50 years.
We'll be back after this.
Yay.
I'm Joshua Jones, your sports anchor for this evening. Let's see what's going on. Pirates, it's time for the best segment in the show, the Pirate Weekly Rundown. Rough start for the men's basketball team where they fell against the Milwaukee Panthers in the season opener. They're currently playing right now in the Convocation Center against Mid-Atlantic Christian, hoping to take their win in their home opener. The women's basketball team won against the Apprentice School yesterday, crushing them 105-21. Good job. The Cowboys defensive end Marshawn Nealon is dead at 24 years old. Police believe the second-year pro died by suicide this morning after a car chase in Dallas. Officers tried to pull Nealon over, but he refused to stop his vehicle and later fled the scene on foot. Nealon scored his first NFL touchdown on Monday night against the Cardinals. WHOV sends our deepest condolences to his family at this time. College basketball fans, the season's finally here. Here's the top 5 ranked men's and women's teams on the AP poll. For the men, the Purdue Boilermakers are at number 1. Next is the Houston Cougars, then the Florida Gators, UConn Huskies, and St. John's Red Storm. On the women's side, UConn is at the top. They're followed by South Carolina, the UCLA Bruins, the Texas Longhorns, and the LSU Tigers. It looks like we're in store for a great year of college hoops. Despite its 2 losses, Notre Dame is ranked in the top 10 in the college football playoff rankings. CFP Selection Committee Chair Mark Rhodes justified this decision with the team's performance. Rhodes claimed that they have lost against 2 highly ranked opponents and their defense has improved recently. Rhodes also praised them for their 6 straight wins in backfield. He described it as probably the best backfield in the country. According to Newsweek, the committee still faced backlash over Notre Dame's ranking. Tennessee Lady Volunteers basketball starting senior Ruby Whitehorn has been dismissed over her second arrest. Whitehorn was arrested last week for the possession of marijuana. This is after her suspension in August for 2 misdemeanors. It was later erased for judicial diversion. Coach Kim Caldwell released a statement saying, "It's her responsibility to protect the program's high standards," which resulted in her dismissal from the team. In New York, 2 athletes are making their marks, so let's get into the standard of Black excellence. Kenya to the world. Kenyan runners Helen Obiri and Benson Kipru are victorious at TCS New York Marathon this Sunday. Kipru crossed the finish line in just over 2 hours, making this his first win. And for the women, Obiri shattered a 22-year-old record, winning this race for another time. She says, while running, the one thing on her mind was her family.
When I was racing, all was in my mind like, I want to make my parents happy, I want to make my kids happy.
We can't see what's next in store for these talented athletes. Well, that's all I have for sports tonight, Pirates. Back to you, Victoria and Aiden.
Time for some early holiday cheer from the Queen of Christmas herself. We'll be back after this. I'm so excited for Christmas.
Hey Pirates, I'm Ariel Cole, your entertainment anchor for tonight. Let's dive right on in. Gayle King is clearing the air about reports of her possibly departing from CBS Mornings. TMZ claimed next year would be her last, but CBS News and King quickly shut that down.
All I've been told by everybody in this building is that they want me here, they like the job I'm doing, I like the job I'm doing. I'll say this, I like the job and the people that I work with, so I don't know what to tell you.
Despite the reports, King continues to do the work she has engaged in for over a decade. Good Morning America, the standard of morning television news, is celebrating 50 years of being on air. On November 3rd, 1975, the show began with anchors David Hartman and Nancy Dusso. Today, the show is anchored by Michael Strahan, Robin Roberts, and George Stephanopoulos, celebrating the show's legacy and achievements. Congratulations on this milestone from WHOV-TV. SNL comedian Michael Che throws jabs at the removal of the SNAP program in a recent comedy sketch. The comedian then takes to Instagram to say the decision and the videos mocking the situation are, quote, really messed up. Che also shares his personal experience growing up on government assistance and the struggles African Americans face. He hopes that more criticism sparks action for those depending on the SNAP program. Music mogul Sean Diddy Combs was transferred to the Fort Dix Federal Prison in New Jersey on Thursday. Combs was convicted of 2 counts of transportation of prostitution in July 2025. According to the Federal Bureau of Prisons, Combs was discharged from a detention center in New York on Monday. Combs will continue to serve his 50-month sentence with maximum family visitation ordered by the judge. Stranger Things star Millie Bobby Brown supposedly filed a report against co-star David Harbour. According to the Daily Mail, Brown submitted a formal complaint for harassment and bullying before the filming of the final season in January. Brown had her own legal representative on set at all times. However, there were no reports of sexual misconduct found within the claim. Janae Aiko and Big Sean have reportedly ended their 10-year relationship, and there is no bouncing back from this one. Now, Pirates, I know they've been going through some things. According to Hot New Hip Hop, the alleged split was caused by a difference in the couple's future plans. The couple share a son together, Noah Hassani. Although the split wasn't confirmed by Sean or Janae, fans are sharing their feelings across social media. It's time! The Queen has defrosted, alongside some controversy. Mariah Carey has revealed her annual Christmas video. The video is in collaboration with Sephora, and it's sparking some conversation.
Spill the tea. Who's the thief?
Busted! Bad news, Mariah Carey. The elves are striking this year. Elf revenge for putting us through holiday hell.
The internet is saying the video is in poor taste with calls to boycott holiday spending and economic issues. Others are just saying to chill out. After that cold ending, that's all the entertainment I have for you tonight. Back to Victoria and Aiden.
And with that, Pirates, that's all the news we have for you tonight.
To stay updated on all things WHOV, follow us on Instagram and YouTube at WHOV-TV.
We'll see you again the same time next week.
Have a great night, everyone. Girl, I'm tired. I'm about to get to